Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, MizKif has been appearing lately in the public eye. I guess just trying to do things to stay relevant. And I mean, I feel like a lot of people overall know that, but there might be somebody that's kind of newer to the content creating scenes that I am, because I see where people, when they do stuff like this, they'll do things to stay relevant and continue, I guess, whatever, because that's the thing, I really don't even know what to call his career. Like, I don't know what to consider it. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. It's like, I feel like at one point in time he had a good thing going for himself, but he ruined it. He messed it up because and that's the thing, I don't know why when it comes down to somebody doing something, like I see that so often with content creating, somebody does something crazy and they can't just properly apologize for it. Like, they're like, hey, my career is done, it's over with, there's nothing for me to do, might as well just crash out and, just, I guess, try to take down a bunch of people with me and stuff. Because that was the one thing that tripped me out about his situation, was rather than taking accountability for his actions, he's like, no, I'm going to sue you because you damaged my career. Talking on Emaru and everybody else that was involved. And it's like, fam, apology, and that's the thing. I guess, like, maybe people might not be seeking an apology, but at the same time, I feel like that would have been a much more better route than the route that you're going down now. Where it's like, I think the last video I seen of him was him dancing in front of a courthouse or some stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, that's the crazy thing about it. And you know what? This is why I feel like what he would do in this situation. Let's just say Emaru was like, hey, let's work things out. Let's do things better. He would drop the charges. He would, because no, that's the thing. People like him always want to win at something. They can't take a loss. They can't. I mean, just look at how the relationship was when they were together. Fam, he sat there, he was threatening to off himself because Emaru had more viewers than him. And I'm like, fam, if you're not an entertaining content creator, that's usually how that stuff goes down. My question is how many people have rushed home from work to watch a MizKif stream? How many people, put their, like, let's say it's an important day. Like, yeah, let's say you're getting married, but MizKif just uploaded a new YouTube video. They're like, oh, let's pause the ceremony. Or even if not, like, let's say it's the part of the wedding where everybody's dancing, eating food, going over stuff and things. But how many times has somebody brought out their phone to watch a MizKif, like, not even a full-length YouTube video, like, not even like a 8 to 10 minute YouTube video. It can even be as little as a TikTok. How many people can say that MizKif is involved in their life like that? Like, I'm not trying to say that MizKif doesn't have any fans. I feel like definitely right now he ain't got no fans. But at the same time, people aren't worried about you like that, and that's the thing where it's like, I do not mean this in a disrespectful way, but at the same time, you're not this entertaining content creator that you think that you are. Yes, you have a lot of followers. Yes, you have a lot of views, but at the same, I got a lot of followers. I got a lot of views, but I'm pretty sure I take that back. There's been times where people have sat together as a family and watched my videos. It's weird, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. I guess I just, I have that, that entertainment about myself where people would do stuff like that. But anyways, with that, being put to the side and stuff, it ain't about me. It's about MizKif, and just overall, I think that MizKif, he never wanted to have a career in the first place. I feel like people like him, they get put in a situation where they have a lot of different opportunities, but they're like, oh, let me use content creating as a, an opportunity and stuff, and see how that goes. And then they end up getting put in this situation where they got a lot of followers, they getting a lot of views, they're collaborating with other big content creators. Like, they have a lot on their plate, but when worse comes to worse and some stuff goes down, they're not trying to, I guess, salvage whatever parts of their career that they will have. Because here's the thing, I guess, like, if I'm in his situation, let's say I'm, I don't know, like, because it's either he has, like, mental problems, or he has, like, some problems that he doesn't feel comfortable going out and talking about it, whether it's like drugs or alcohol or something like that. And if that's the case, then I'm like, fam, go to rehab, get your life right, fix yourself up, come back to content creating. I guarantee and I promise you, if he would have, so let's just say he went down the route of taking accountability for his actions, right? So let's say all this stuff comes out. Imaru she still does her live stream. Everybody's pointing fingers and the spotlight is on MizKif, and they're all like, okay, well, what do you have to say for yourself? If I'm in his shoes, right, and I know that there's some stuff, if it comes down between I guess keeping things a secret or salvaging my career, I'm salvaging my career. I'm like, okay, the thing is this, I don't want to have it where I can't come back to this career if I really want to and stuff. And I guess with him, like, yeah, he doesn't really care about content creating like that. If he did, this is how he would have went and did things properly. So all that stuff happens. He does his live stream rather than being like, oh, I'm going to sue you and all this other stuff. Like, oh, you're going to pay. You're going to rue the day and crap. My thing is this. I'm like, look, I guess like if I'm in his shoes, if I'm in his position, I'll go and start that live stream or do a YouTube video, whatever the case may be. Even if I got to do one of them like them tweet long things or something. But I would definitely say I have a problem. I know I have a problem. I've had a problem. Multiple people can vouch and even agree with me and say that I have a problem. I want to work on these problems, all right? And I thought, like, oh, by having people involved or whatever, like, it would help me, but it doesn't. It doesn't help. No, like, when you have your own problems, you're the only one that's going to be seeing these problems. You're trying to get people to see things from your perspective. The only thing that they can do is they can relate if they're going through a similar situation. But everybody that's been a MizKif victim, they can't say that they are relating to him on any of the stuff that he done did to people. You know, so that's definitely one of those things where I'm like, I need help. And I'm going to be taking some time away, but I would like to apologize to anybody that I have affected over the years. What's wrong with saying some stuff like that? Even if it is something as little as that, it's like, fam, I feel like that would have been a lot better than the stuff that he's trying to do now. Because, like, and that's the thing where it's, I guess, like with me, and how passionate I am with content creating. First off, I don't even put myself in no situation where I am going to get canceled with content creating. Because that's the thing. I've been a content creator for 15 years. I started content creating when I was 13 years old. And I spent the first 5 years just kind of like trying to get an idea of what like I want to do as a content creator, learning about stuff. You know, just kind of like paying attention to like patterns and, you know, what content that I will be comfortable doing and all that stuff. And it took me a while to finally get to being the person that I am today, where I'm more, because yeah, when I very first started, wasn't talkative. You know, didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to, like, my YouTube channel, my main channel was pretty much a personal use channel. It wasn't like a channel where it's like, I want this to be a business. Like, no, I was like, this is just a channel that I'm gonna have, I guess, for when I want to watch videos, upload some random, because YouTube used to be such a different environment back then, compared to how it is now. Like, now it's like, yeah, you see YouTube, it's like, I don't even really know how to describe it, but back then it was like a platform where you, like, yeah, I mean, it still kind of is like that today, like, you know, doing videos and stuff, but it was just more random back then. Like, there wasn't no script, I guess, or I guess ideas when it came to, you know, people. I think they just recorded stuff for the moment and things. So, but anyways, but yeah, it's like, what point was I was getting ready to make a point? I don't know why I've been doing that a lot lately, where it's like I'm getting ready to make a point, and then it's like I get caught up with some other stuff, and I got distracted, and I can't remember what I was going to say. Anyways, regardless, still talking about MizKif and stuff. Yeah, I just think that currently, right now, he doesn't care about content creating, you know, and he knows that. He knows that he doesn't care about content creating because, and I guess, like, I don't know, maybe I was going to say something along these lines. For as long as I've been a content creator, I've never put myself in a situation where I wanted to get canceled. Now, yes, I have been in some beefs and some dramas, but at the same time, it's like, it's beefs and dramas where it's like, okay, I know I'm not going to have to answer for this for years. Like, here's the thing, whatever beefs and dramas dramas people are going to bring up, they were like, oh, what about that situation with the Thomas the Tank Engine fan base? Yeah, I stand by that. I was like, that's a drama where I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, sugarcoat it. No, yeah, I guess like to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. Yeah, there was a person that was involved in that community where I was just more so trying to make them upset. So yeah, I think if I were to do something like that today, I think it would be more so directed towards that person rather than the whole fan base as a collective. But what else? I guess if people want to throw in that Minnesota boy beef and things, I'm like, yeah, I stand by what I said. I don't want to be a racist. I have no reason to be a racist and things. So, because no, like that was the crazy thing about Minnesota boys fan base is that people wanted me to be racist and they were trying to cancel me for not being racist. And I'm like, okay, well, there's people that so happen to be white that I care a lot about from, you know, friends, mainly friends, because I'm like, I don't think I have no white family member. I think I have some that are biracial, but other than that, I'm like, yeah, as far like full white family members, no, I ain't never seen that before. Not at least in my family tree. I'm pretty sure I look somewhere, it might be a white person here and there and things, but other than that, I'm like, fam, I'm not gonna be racist. What reason do I have to be racist? I ain't got no reason to be racist. I ain't like, that's the thing where people, they try to put off, I guess, like, you know, when it comes to like drama, and I think that's what MizKif, where it's like he wants to put off his problems on other people. That's why he's so quick to jump up and want to start crap with people rather than trying to fix things. Because I had to say, everybody that I've gotten into it with, I would say probably the Thomas the Tank Engine fan base. That's the only I would say fan base where it's like, I guess in a way I did start this situation between my, like, you know, the beef between me and that fan base, but it wasn't my intentions, you know, like I've defended myself on that quite a few times and stuff. So, but it wasn't my intentions. It wasn't my intentions to you know, say what I said about that fan base and things. But, and I guess like for those wondering like, wait, what did you say? I said that if you are, I guess like a certain age, if you're an adult watching that show, then something, you know, you might be, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on my podcast, but I'm pretty sure, you know, it can be shown somewhere. If you look up TMossBoss Thomas the Tank Engine, yeah, you'll see it somewhere and things. You know, I just recently reacted to a video where the person was talking to, somebody was talking about it. And yeah, I'm like, it's one of those. Well, how could I guess say it, but without saying it? I pretty much said, like, if you watch that show as an adult, you might be, I guess, put in that same category as somebody that's a little bit, you know, weird towards kids and stuff. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word, but it rhymes with metaphile. I guess, like, if you can piece it together, then yeah, that's what I said. But it wasn't. But no, like, I guess to, you know, to even give more context on that statement, when you're seeing 30, like 20 to 30 something year old people pretending to be cartoon characters of this TV show, yeah, bro, like I was like, nah, man, that's a little weird. You know, I can understand maybe if it's some kids, but I'm like, these are full grown adults and you're talking with kids online. Like, you can't like, I guess, get on me for saying, like, you know, detecting something weird with that and things. That's why you don't really see too many people arguing with that, because they're like, no, yeah, that's weird, because you place any other cartoon, you place any other situation, it's like, yeah, bro, and in the same scenario where it's, I guess, like, okay, put me in that position where I have like a Thomas the Tank Engine fan account, and I'm almost 30 years old. Like, next year I'm gonna be 30 years old. How would that look where I have a Thomas the Tank Engine account and I'm talking with a bunch of kids online? You gonna find something weird with that. Somebody gonna find something weird with that. That's why I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, watch the show, do whatever you want to do, but I'm like, it's just, as far as like, when you're communicating and it's like it's a mutual thing, yeah, I don't know, me personally, I find that weird. All right, but we ain't talking about that. We talking about MizKif, you know, because I was, again, getting distracted, and that's what I mean. But anyways, but yeah, for as long as I've been a content creator, it's like I don't go out of my way to start beefs and dramas with people. I don't want to put people in my own problems, and, you know, like, no, it's like whatever it is that's going on with me, it's like, I guess, like, with me, I'm a little bit better at separating when if I'm like mad, or if I'm stressed out, or if I have some problems about something, I'm like, I don't want to get others involved. I just deal with that stuff in silence. And I guess, like, people will probably say that that's not good either. But if it comes down between putting people in a situation or continue holding in that situation until I fix it myself, I'm gonna go with the second option. Because yeah, it's like it's one of those things where I'm like, I see that way too many times. People, they have like some weird philosophy about life, and then they'll like go and want to have it where it's like whatever problems that they dealing with, they want to get others involved. And I'm like, fam, that's not how you go about life. That's not how you do things. And you look at a lot of different content creators that's done stuff like that. Where are they now? They're either getting ready to get canceled or being canceled, or they're in the post area of being canceled. They're dealing with the aftermath of being canceled and stuff. And I feel like with MizKif, yeah, he's in the aftermath of being canceled. So it's like it'll just my thing is this: it'll be in a matter of time before we look up. He ain't up, or I feel like he's going to step away, because people are gonna be telling him like, yeah, bro, you need to step away, you need to stop, because he probably still got friends in the content creating sphere and stuff, people that are close with him. And they know that he would never do anything to them like how he's done to Imaru and Maya. Because I was like, yeah, I remember hearing some stuff. She didn't like come out and name drop him, but it was similar situations and stuff. And I'm pretty sure there's some other people that have been affected by MizKif and things. But well, no, yeah, because I was like, there was the one video I just recently watched where I think he was either on a date or he was hanging out with some girl. And I think she didn't like the food or something. And he was like, oh, I'm going to tell the manager or the owner of the place, because I know the owner, and I'm going to tell them what you said. She started having a panic attack. And it wasn't until like minutes, like probably it was, I don't know how long, because I think it was like they were cutting out parts and things. But it was some time later. That's when he was all like, he finally told her, yeah, after she done went through a whole mental breakdown. That's when he finally told her, oh, yeah, I'm not going to tell. And I'm like, fam, you hadn't had this girl go through this whole mental breakdown. This, like, you should have seen, like, okay, she's starting to panic. She's starting to, like, have this panic attack and stuff. Let me maybe step in and just be all like, oh no, I'm joking around. Like, I'm not gonna actually telling things. But yeah, it's stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, bro, you gonna find yourself in a situation where it's gonna probably be other content creators there wanting to work with them and stuff. I guess, like, yeah, you'll see them in a Neon stream or a Sneeko stream or Aiden Ross stream. Who else? People, I guess, they don't really care too much, I guess, for having somebody canceled on their stream and stuff. But as far as, like, that content creating sphere, like Imaru, Senna, Maya, I'm trying to think of some other extra Emily, people like that. Yeah, bro, they ain't gonna want nothing to do with you. It's like, yeah, if anything, they might have to, like, sit down and have a debate with you and try to figure out your brain, because I'm like, yeah, something's clearly wrong with it. But yeah, other than that, though, it's like, nah, bro, people ain't gonna be wanting to work with you no more. And it's like, you should understand why, I guess. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.